contest is for the Golden Ticket Fight Promotion Light Heavyweight Championships. Please welcome first the challenger in the blue corner, representing Mjolnir MMA. He's got an amateur MMA record of 2 wins and only 2 losses, ladies and gentlemen. Julius Bernsdorf! And his opponent in the red corner, representing HD Performance Center, he's got a record of 5 wins and only 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, he's your GTFP Light Heavyweight Champion, Branden!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, cage door set to close on this amateur light heavyweight title fight. 5 3-minute rounds. Julius Bernsdorf fighting out of the blue corner, representing Mjolnir MMA in the black Jayco shorts, taking on the defending GTFP light heavyweight champion, Branden Guest, 5-1. He's in the tatami aquamarine, baby blue. Christ, I wish I knew colors better.
Turquoise, maybe.
3-fight win streak for the champion.
Yeah, the champ looks absolutely huge in there as well.
A well put together light heavyweight. Bernsdorf, his last fight came to us in October 2019, but training out with the Mjolnir team.
Yeah, they've had success as well here.
That's right.
GTFP type 2-0 so far, but going up against a very tough opponent here now, reigning champion there, Branden Guest, with the Mark DeCasey HD Performance Center corner. Big shout out to Mark DeCasey and Adam Newsom over there.
Yeah, the Bone Crusher. Good fight for him coming up in the 23rd of July.
Absolutely. Always fun to watch. And passing that knowledge on to his students now as well up in Doncaster.
Absolutely.
So if you're up there, go check it out. Tentative start so far.
Yeah, I was about to say cagey, but that's not quite right. Both these guys are just trying to find their distance, figure out the timing. Whoa!
Yeah, right hand lands there nicely from Bernsdorf. Right down the pipe.
Guest takes it well. So far, both these fighters happy to keep it as a kickboxing contest. Yeah,
Branden's really highly touted here in the UK. Holds a belt in another promotion as well. 5-1 as you mentioned. Got some good wins under his belt as well. His corner man Adam Newsom says that he's definitely got all the tools to make it to the big leagues.
Right, looks athletic, strong, fit.
Yeah, and he said to expect this kind of fight. He's calm and composed in there, and he likes to pick his shots, but when he lands them, he's got power. But Bernsdorf so far is matching him stride for stride.
So he's starting to wear a little bit of bruising on that lead left thigh from the low kicks of Guest, but
yeah, very heavy shot so far.
Tried to stab away to the midsection with that front kick that Bernsdorf.
Yeah, an interesting record for Bernsdorf as well, 2-2. All of those fights back in 2019.
Yeah, and you can imagine that he hasn't just been sitting at home and eating McDonald's for the 2 years.
Holds a win and loss over Hans Vetter. He's 2 wins on his record, have both gone to decision, so he's used to this going into the later rounds, and you can certainly see with his style so far in this first round, he likes to take his time,
well, no
not overextend or anything like that, and when you've got the 5 rounds to play with,
that extra 6 minutes makes all the difference in the world, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Perhaps a little more aggression from Guest, or just keep it the way it is?
Yeah, I think they'll be saying like just slowly up the aggression now. Now you've kind of understand what Bernsdorf is all about. But very similarly, I think the men on the team will be saying the same to their fighter as well. You know what Branden is all about. So let's just start cranking it up a little bit. I mean, if we had a heat map for where the action took place, it's kind of in the very same spot over in that kind of centre left to us of the cage. I mean, we didn't really see much else happen in that first round outside of that area. They're kind of just happy to kind of go back and forth, and
both happy to work at range. Well, the seconds are cleared. Round 2, Julius Bernsdorf again fighting out of the blue corner in the black Jayco shorts, taking on the reigning light heavyweight champion Branden Guest in the aquamarine tatami. We'll see if anything changes up in this second round.
Yeah, you could certainly see that he's got a tactic there of taking away that base of Julius Bernsdorf. He opened the round with that low inside kick, and then he's just landed a heavy one again on the outside of the left thigh. Sorry.
And set it up with his hands, that double jab, and then went low. And again, not much of the cage is required for this one so far.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you who Guest reminds you of with his physique and things is Alexander Rakic.
Yes.
In the UFC. He's got very good build, just very evenly evenly matched out, those thick thighs and the strong upper body.
Yeah, it's not walking around on, straw legs with a big old upper body, no. And again, heavy and low. And happy to keep this pace at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we haven't seen much land for the Mjolnir guy so far in his second round, and
well, our corner's asking for a right hand, left hook. But we'll see if Guest or Bernsdorf starts to put their foot on the gas a little bit. Still plenty of time left in this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Still kind of in those feeling out stages, and Bernsdorf goes high there with that kick, but seen well from Branden Guest. You can tell that he really wants to apply that hit and not be hit tactic, a complete opposite from what we just saw in that Richard Nottingham fight where both guys were willing to stand and trade. This is a lot more tactical and calculated. No real overexposure on any of the shots. No real major risks been taken. The chance of getting caught by your opponent. It's all very methodical and technical. A nice little left hook lands there, and again a big thigh.
But you've got Guest circling, evading on the outside as Bernsdorf just holds the center of the cage and hasn't made any moves to sort of take the angles away and back Guest up just yet. Yeah,
kind of just following him around the cage a little bit, but both guys are really technical with their jabs. That was a nice little switch into a left, kind of shoveling overhand left there from Bernsdorf, and he goes in the middle, but caught nicely by Guest, and another nasty kick low.
Hammers that calf.
Bernsdorf just finding a little more pressure last 10 seconds of the round. But again, very technical second round there. Both guys were really technical with their jabs. I mean, for me, the most impactful strikes so far throughout this fight have been those low kicks of
absolutely
of our champion Branden Guest.
And again, you've got to think that both of them are slowly going to try and move through the gears a little bit. Again, that round, Guest on the outside a lot.
Just look at the look at the replay there. He did catch him before Branden kind of caught the leg on the way back down.
Right at the end of the round as well. Well, now we've got 3 3-minute rounds. We got to fight. This was just a warm-up.
Yeah,
the seconds are cleared again. Our champion Branden Guest fighting out of the red corner, representing HD Performance Center, 5-1 record in the aquamarine tatami shorts, and Julius Bernsdorf, the Molnier MMA fighter, 2-2, the black Jayco. Here we go. Third 3-minute round here. Golden Ticket Fight Promotions 19. And again, Bernsdorf holds the center, marches straight to the center of the fighting area and starts to hold it.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that low kick from Guest again soon. As soon as he can land that jab, he's going to fire with the low leg kick behind it. Switches up to the body this time.
Sharp, straight right hand, applauded by the Molnier team.
Yeah, no signs whatsoever of a takedown or any clinch work or anything like that so far. It's been pure stand-up kickboxing from these two light heavyweights so far. Bernsdorf lands his own leg kick there, and a little switch of stance there from Branden Guest. I'm not sure if that one hurt him a little bit or whether he's just mixing things up with that stance switch.
Certainly the second of those low kicks along to the inside was more just a touch than thudding the bone into the meat of the muscle. So
Yeah,
that was a heavier leg kick.
Really dug into the meat of the thigh there.
I'd just like to see the champ fight perhaps with just a little more urgency, not getting backed up quite so often. It's a very even contest at the moment.
Yeah, definitely these close rounds, it's very hard to tell who the judges are favoured.
Goes inside again with that low kick.
If I had to put money on it, I'd probably say our champion is 2 rounds up, but I wouldn't be confident in that prediction.
Well, I suppose he's landed the more telling shots.
They're looking for that damage first and foremost, and I mean, like you say, the more telling shots have been those low leg kicks, a couple of body shots as well, but Bernsdorf as well has had his own successes, that front kick up the middle, and especially in this round, more particularly with those leg kicks of his own.
He's holding the center of the cage, making the champ work on the outside. Eats that leg kick with very little issue at all. Did Guest there.
Nice little work there, getting off the centre line from Bernsdorf as Guest fired the 1-2 down the pipe. Nice, he likes to use that stance switch there, does Branden, and fire off the body kick or the head kick as we saw in that instance.
And again, had plenty of time to see the response from Bernsdorf.
Nice little check there from Bernsdorf, saw that one coming. Oh, he's
went to the Richard Nottingham School of Combat.
Yeah, it certainly feels like both fighters have got another gear or two that they could crank up into.
Don't get me wrong, I know they're working hard, but it seems more like a hard spar than a fight at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, and a very technical one. I mean, some of the you've got to remember these guys are amateurs. Some of the technique we've seen on display have been absolutely beautiful, on the money so far. But yeah, I genuinely think both corners will be saying to just put that little bit more, in these last 2 rounds, crank it up a little bit, up the tempo.
Yeah, increase the output a little bit. Don't make the last 2 rounds quite so tight. Well, we're in the business end of this, our first amateur title fight of the evening. This for the light heavyweight title. Branden Guest, our champion, fighting out of the red corner in the aquamarine shorts, representing HD Performance Center, and Julius Bernsdorf, Monier MMA, in the black Jayco shorts. And everything to play for in these 2 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. Nice work there. Just using the 1-2-1 to set up the switch body kick there from Branden Guest. I'd like to see somebody threaten a takedown at some point, just to keep their opponent on their toes and perhaps open up their strikes a little bit more.
You like the mixing of the martial arts?
I certainly do, yeah.
But again, this round's playing out just like the first 3, where the Monier man is holding the center of the fighting area with Branden Guest working from the outside. And every time Guest's heels get within 6 inches of the cage, he changes direction and spins out, so hasn't allowed Bernsdorf to hem him in at all.
Yeah, definitely. He's got really good cage awareness and IQ. Nice little left hook landed there though for Bernsdorf. Just caught the right temple and forehead region of Branden Guest. Branden certainly using that, pumping that jab out a lot. 75% of the time he looks like he's just using it as that kind of range finder for things, but then you see he puts a little bit more snap on it sometimes. And
Yeah, just changes up the speed of it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice that one got through there.
Through there, parried the first dude he guessed, but then got caught with the final shot. And that's good work from Bernsdorf there, putting a 3 or 4 punch combination together, and that's how he's going to get his success.
Oh, absolutely. Again, you just want to see a tad more controlled aggression from one of them. A very, very evenly fought contest thus far.
Yeah, this is really close, and as I say, I wouldn't like to call who's ahead at this point.
Be wiser heads than mine that determine this winner.
Absolutely. Same for me.
But again, yeah, the ingredients to the fight haven't changed. Bernsdorf holding the center of the cage. Branden Guest working from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, Branden Guest, let's not forget, has finished 4 of his 5 wins in his career today. I mean, he's known as a finisher. He's known as a guy who goes in there and gets the business done. So it's been interesting to see this fight a little bit more drawn out, and
Bernsdorf giving him plenty to think about.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that could quite easily be 2-2 going into the final round. It's a hard one to gauge with the scoring.
I couldn't even begin to guess. I've said it all fight though. If I were in the corner now, I'd be asking for a little bit of urgency from one of my fighters.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to go out there and win this 5th and final round, because this could quite easily be the decider between the 2 guys. I could well be wrong, and one guy could be 4-0 up though. So
wow. Really, really tight rounds.
I mean, neither guy is barely sweating. I mean, I'm just looking at Bernsdorf here. He looks like
we're coming like 15 minutes, the 12-15 minute mark.
They both look like they could go another 5 rounds after this. Such is a credit to the condition of both of the guys, as well as kind of the tempo of the fight so far.
And Branden Guest, you know, should he take this one, move to 6-1, you've got to think not many more amateur fights before he's going to make that pro debut, which will be over 15 minutes. And
yeah, definitely, mate. Maybe this is what he wanted. He wanted a fight that kind of went the distance, full 15 minutes, so that he's got that gas tank.
Prove he can go there, keep the energy up. Although, I'm not sure any fighter would tell you, I'll take 15 minutes over the 30-second knockout.
Yeah, definitely. Get in there, get out of there, and
yeah, you're getting paid the same, aren't you? Pushing forward just a little bit more as Guest there.
Something we haven't really commented on throughout this fight that I've noticed is really nice and crisp on both guys is their footwork. I mean, the reason that we're seeing so many of these whiff strikes and kind of near connections is because their footwork's really good. I mean, both guys just getting out of range.
Yeah, get out of dodge just in time.
Yeah. And as you mentioned earlier, with a nice little shot landed there.
Yeah, that counter left hand.
As you mentioned earlier with Branden, as soon as he feels that he's back to within a foot or 2 from that cage, just circles off, gets back into the centre and starts working again.
Yeah, just like to see the champs come forward a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Bernsdorf has had success in the second half of this contest so far. Nice inside low kick to jab there from Branden Guest though.
And we're looking at almost 3 years out of the cage for Julius Bernsdorf to come back in 2-2 against the reigning light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, guy who's 5-1, and as I said, he's really highly touted here in the UK on the amateur circuit. He's certainly not been outmatched.
No, absolutely. Bernsdorf has absolutely made a fight of this, and again, it just shows records are for DJs. You look at the 2-2 versus the 5-1, and you think, ooh, and then this is the kind of contest we get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some great matchmaking from Dan Cassell and company here. got an international flavour as always.
Yeah, definitely brilliant to get these guys over from the Mjolnir team in Iceland.
The Artswave team in Denmark. We've got lots of Scandinavians here today.
Yeah, we've got
10 seconds left to go in this one, John, and I'd like to
let's see if either guy empties the tank in these last few seconds.
Or catches the punch and then catches the kick and lets him go. And there we go, 15 hard-fought minutes, and our judges, they're going to have some work to do to determine who the winner's
for this fight, aren't they?
Absolutely. While we wait for those judges to tabulate the scorecards, want to give a quick shout out to Corrupt Sheriff, to Wentworth James Construction Recruitment, Keto Pro, Sapology, Elephant Mobile, Nantan, Live MMA, and the Combat Sports Clinic. Well, my partner for the evening, John Prentice, making his way cage side to grab a quick interview with the winner. The officials are all entering the cage, so with no further ado, we'll turn it over to our MC for the evening, and he will make this result official.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for both of these fighters. After 5 rounds, the judges have reached a split decision. To the winner, and still the golden ticket fight promotion light heavyweight champion, Branden Brasnukus Guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by your defending champion, Branden Guest, and still, it was a 5-round technical battle between you and Julius. Is that what you were expecting going into this fight?
I seen how big he was. I knew he was going to come with range. I knew just to stay on the outside, try and get out of there, with my range. Obviously, I was supposed to have another fight with Bertie Oaks down at middleweight due to complications with injuring my ankle. That couldn't go ahead. But gone into this fight, fucked my ankle up again in the first round, but we just had to stick with what it was and work through it.
Now, when it went to the judges' scorecard and you heard split decision, were you confident you'd done enough in over the course of the 5 rounds to take the decision?
No, I was saying to my coaches in 4th round, I didn't think I'd done enough. I thought I could have done more, but I just did what I could, worked with injuries and got through it.
Now it's 15 minutes in the bag for you, 6-1 now as an amateur. What are your plans next going forward? Any plans to turn pro yet, or are you going to have a few more fights to defend this belt in September for us?
I'm going on holiday, I'm having to think about it, I know my time will tell.
Sounds good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for once again your light heavyweight champion here, Golden Ticket Fight Promotions, Mr. Branden Guest.